Hello everyone! As I've gotten quite a few requests on how to make these cushions that go together without a tufted couch, so today I'll be sharing with you my options of how to make them. Now let us get started. For the basic tools, we need hot glue and hot glue gun, ruler, tape measure, fabric scissors, a pen, matching thread, and hand sewing needle. For materials, I've used 4 pieces of felt, rhinestone stickers, 1 yard of organza ribbon, and the fillers left over from the sofa. For all these circle shapes, flowers, as well as these leaf shapes, I've used these die cuts in my Big Kit cutting machine. So if you have something similar to mine, life will be so much easier and you will get these sharp edges and perfect shapes like mine here in no time. If you don't have the machine, then the second option is to download the patterns that I've prepared on my blog. Just click on the link under my comment section to get the pages and download them. I've prepared 3 pages. These patterns include the seam allowance as well, the dashed line or the sewing line. I've added the dashed line instead of the notches. You can also use a square cushion from one pattern, and pay attention that most of the main pieces are cut on fold. In case if you don't have a printer to print out the patterns, you can sketch your flowers out and make the patterns by yourself. Here is how I would do it. I would gather anything with the same measurement with the circular shapes and trace them out. So here I trace out my circles using my bead container and this clip jar. For the flowers, I just use anything to make the outer circle for the outer edge and a smaller object to trace the smaller circle inside. Since there are 6 petals, I make a straight line across the middle, divide each side into 3 equal parts, and sketch out my petals. For the leaves, I just draw a straight line as a guide in the middle, mark my measurement, and sketch out the curved lines. Now the assembly should be a lot easier. For our first cushion, I prepared out flowers and now circles. For the main piece, I put the 2 good sides together and fit them on top of one another. Add glue along the edge of the bottom piece and press the top together. So I keep going around, and towards almost the end I leave about 1.5 of an inch opening. So I insert the fillers into a desired thickness and add glue along this edge to close it. Remember to hold it for a while until the glue dries out. Use your fingers to press around the cushions for an even shape, then clean up the glue strings and trim the edge for a cleaner and sharper edge. Okay, so let's add glue along the edge and add the rhinestone stickers around it. So for this part, you'll be using about 3 rows of rhinestones. Then add glue at the top center to add the big flower. Then add glue at the center on top of that flower to add another flower. And keep going and so on to add other layers. You can add more glue to the bottom part here to secure all the pieces down. And the last piece is to add the rhinestone on top at the center, and that's it. This bow pattern is cut on folds, so first I fold the folded pattern in half and mark about 1.5 to 3/4 of an inch on one side and start the first stitch using the hand sewing needle. Let's start by making a knot at the end of the thread here. Then start the stitches up and down, minimize the stitch length as small as possible, and sew it about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge. Keep sewing a few stitches and pull the thread through. When we reach towards the end of the folded edge, sew a few times to secure the thread. Start from the other folded edge towards the center and leave about 1 to 1.5 of an inch opening. Once the sewing part's done, trim the 4 corners and turn the piece inside out through the opening. Use the hand sewing needle to poke out the 4 corners and insert the fillers in. Make sure to press the fillers towards the sides with the finger and leave the middle part empty. Use the hand sewing needle and thread to close the opening. Fold the cushions in half, then make a few big stitches along the folded line and pull the thread to make gathers and wrap the thread around a few times. Then make a few stitches to secure the thread and trim the thread. Shape the cushion to be even on both sides and add glue to the middle part from the back to glue down the tie piece, and add glue around to wrap the tie part around. Then add 3 rows of rhinestone around using hot glue gun. Then fill up the rhinestone at the back. And that's it, so it's done. This square cushion is being cut on fold as well, and the ribbon length here is 9 inches long. So start sewing around the folded edge and sew around almost to the other end, leaving an opening of 1 to 1.5 inches. Trim the corners and turn it inside out. Pull out the 4 corners using a hand sewing needle, then insert fillers to a desired thickness. For the opening, turn the seam inside and smooth it for a straight line, and close the opening with a hot glue gun. Hold it for a little bit until the glue dries out. Let's wrap the ribbon around the cushion with 1/2 inch away from one edge and glue both ends down. And the glue down part would be the back of the cushion, and wrap the other piece around with 1/2 inch space away from the other edge and glue the ends down. Then wrap the 3rd ribbon around the other first ones and the 4th ones. Adjust the ribbon, even the spacing out, and add rhinestone to the 4 intersections. The glue should secure all the glue and glue all the layers to the cushion. Going towards the last piece, the shape is exactly the same as the previous one. This time I used the sewing machine to sew this piece, and all the steps should be the same as the previous one as well. Now I've prepared all the pieces to decorate on top of this cushion, and you can place whichever way or however way you want. I'm just following the sample here. So to start, I will add 4 small leaves to the 4 corners with hot glue gun. Then fill up the 4 big leaves. So it looks like each piece is placed on each side of the square. Then I fill up the smaller pieces in circles. Last but not least, let's add the rhinestone randomly on top of a few pieces, and that's it, we're done. Now I'm pretty curious, so out of the 4 pieces, can you let me know which one is your favorite? Once again, thank you for watching, and thank you so much for all of your feedback. Please press the like button, leave your comments, and subscribe for more videos. See you soon!